Hello, you beautiful bunch of movie buff bastards that yous are. This is episode 22 of What's the Script, the quintessential Glaswegian movie review show. And we have this week a classic for our Chris. Chris, how are you, mate?
I'm super excited to hear your opinion on this.
Are you super excited?
I am.
Okay, folks, so this is episode 22, right? And this is probably the first one out of 22 that we're going to have differing opinions and views on, which is good. It's healthy because we're all out there. We don't have to like what other people like and vice versa. So, No Country for Old Men, starring Javier Bardem. What do you call him? Fucking Brad at the Goonies. And fucking no Jay in it. No, it's who is he in fucking Men in Black? Tommy Lee Jones. Who is he?
Can't remember.
Zed, is it?
K? No, is it K?
They're better off fucking speaking in letters in this film, I tell you.
Is that you, Elvis?
Elvis? Oh, Jesus. Speaking the same breath. So, mate, No Country for Old Men. First of all, tell the viewers why you picked it.
Because I think it's a very compelling movie. It shows you society changing from a perspective. It's quite violent, very realistic, and I think it's brilliantly acted as well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
also,
Javier.
There's nothing more convenient than carrying about a fucking gas canister when you're a hitman. There you go. That's what that tells me, because a gun's just too clunky, you know? Anyway, so we start off a bit of narrating, didn't we? It's just the intro. It's Josh Brolin, who is L, begins with an L, didn't it? His name, what is it again?
Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, aye. So he's Llewellyn. Just him narrating. He says, I've been a sheriff since I was 25 years old. Motherfucker!
Is that no Tommy Lee Jones?
No, it's not just. I thought it was Brolin.
No, it's Tommy Lee Jones. He's the sheriff, sure, isn't he?
Yes.
Because you're seeing it from his perspective.
Who's his son?
I don't know.
Josh Brolin's his son.
No, it's not.
That is.
It's not.
Ah, fuck it. Anyway, right, we've got a bit of narrating at the start. I've trailed me years since I was 25 years old, man and boy, grand and papa. Everybody been the sheriff of my family, motherfucker. So that's the way you get taught. That's exactly how it sounds. That's our nod. By the way, this is one of 3,000 nods to America. He's just telling us, intimate. He's been a sheriff. He was 25 years old. Talks about the old timers. Talks about how he arrested a boy that was getting executed, but the boy wanted to be executed and all that.
Because the people there were saying it was a crime of passion.
Aye.
But when he spoke to the guy, he went, "No, I was planning on killing somebody for years."
No, sirree, Bob. I've been planning on killing myself a bitch for a long time. And he's only 14 or something, isn't he? So it's a long time. Primary one?
No, I think it was the last 14 or something.
Aye, possibly, mate.
Aye.
Possibly. So, he was 15. That's right. He was 15. So, there we go. It kind of starts quite good. The deputy is taking in Bardem, and he's arresting him, taking him into the station. And takes him into the station. Young deputy's on the phone. Yes, sir. I'm on top of that. You bet your ass, sir. I'm all over that shit. So he hangs the phone up. As he's talking, you see Bardem in the background, didn't you? And he's doing the classic putting his legs through the handcuff kind of thing, isn't he, mate?
That's it. He's sneaking up behind the deputy, and he obviously starts choking him out with this handcuff, which is uber disturbing.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It's this guy struggling for his. I mean, he pulls in the cuffs that tight, it ends up cutting the guy's jugular, doesn't it?
That's right. And so much so, I mean, cutting the guy's jugular, strangling him, and he's still no dying, man. I'm like, oh, hurry up and die, hurry up and die. And that was good. I liked that. That was a great scene. It just shows you Bardem just let him take him there because he couldn't be fucked. Do you know what I mean? He just, I'll let you take me in. We'll see what's happening. Takes him in, strangles him. And his face, it's Bardem's face. It's just, throughout this film, everything is a fucking burden to him. Everything annoys the life out of me. He looks terribly vexed.
Like I say, his acting through this is just brilliant because he is just a complete and utter psychopath. Because it's just, I don't know if he lets himself be taken in because he thinks nothing's going to come yet. But as soon as that guy phones his commander or whatever, it's becomes, oh, I'm not getting put into the system sort of thing. But again, it's showing you, because I think this is supposed to be set in 1980 or something like that. 1980.
I've seen the calendar at the end.
Aye. But it's showing you that there was this kind of innocence in the country, and that's what I kind of like about this film, because when he sits him on that bench, he wouldn't have his back turned to him. You know what I mean? Nowadays. Bastard. So it's like kind of showing that naive innocence in the whole thing.
Aye, no, I get you. Because right after he kills the deputy, he goes in and washes his hands. He's managed to get the cuffs off. And then he goes out, doesn't he, in the police car and pulls over a wee old man.
Aye. And it's just the way he's got this crazy smile at it. Could you step up the car, please, sir? That's just...
I just think that's wrong, officer.
I just think that's mental, but you know what I mean? It's just... I think it's the most accurate portrayal of some crazy murderer. You know what I mean? It's just void of any giveaway. Like, this is just a normal day.
That's all fine and dandy, right? But the guy gets out the fucking motor, and Bardem's got this contraption. If you've not seen this film, he likes to use an air gun that kills cattle. Now you put it up to their head and it goes badum, and that's him, right? So he walks
what
up
does
to the
it
side of this. What?
What does it do?
Badum. He's walked up to this cunt, and guy gets out the motor. What's that for? Come closer, sir. Come closer. The guy puts his head in like a doorbell. He just goes up, presses the button. That's him out again. You're like, who would do that? Know what I mean?
Aye, but again, mate, you've got to take this. It's showing you what the underlying thing of this.
Everybody in the deep South America knows what an air gun is. Everybody.
Not necessarily.
Pull your head closer. Yes, sir, I put my head over there. That close enough for you?
Well, you've got to remember, I know, this thing has technically just been introduced as well. Because before this, they used to shoot the cows. So maybe not everybody does know about it. But see, using that...
It would suggest it was pre-1980 before it was fucking reintroduced, man.
Oh, I don't know. Well, let's see to you, the mad cattle rustler. Oh, we had that back in fucking 19 canteen there.
Yeah, mate, I've got plenty of experience with plenty of cows, mate. I know how many I'd like to have fucking stuck a bullet in their head.
Oh, but see him using that thing. I think it's a pure intelligent weapon, and I don't know why it's never been utilised before with something else. Because
trace evidence, no bullets.
Is that no bullets, no nothing? You can't trace a gun, blah blah blah, whatever. No, it's just it's a good wee assassination weapon. But
would you like to know a bit of factual information about the cattle prod air gun?
Go tell me.
Well, the captive bolt pistol, which is it's probably better referred to, was invented in 1903 by Hugo Heiss, former director of the slaughterhouse in Germany. So there we go. So
I have my doubts. That could be bullshit.
Only been about the 77 year there, you know. But I get you right. It's a clever weapon of the assassin for close up fucking doing in purposes.
Plus, it can be utilised in other ways that we do find out later on.
We do find out about 30 fucking times, man. All right, Bird, do you forget your keys again? Just like handles the boy. So it quickly goes to Llewellyn, who's out on the plains hunting deer, isn't he?
He's out there hunting his supper, I take it. Which, as far as I'm aware, they still do in Texas.
Aye. And he's using a rifle, isn't he?
Aye. When
were they invented? Is that about 1980 or something? The rifles came in?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, he's shooting deer. He's got one of these sights. He says, hold still, let's have a shot. And it appears the deer gets away, but he still goes down to the kill zone to see what's happening, doesn't he?
Yeah. Got is not a clean shot. He's going down to find a blood trail. But he comes across another blood trail and turns to see this poor wee pit bull limp away like it's been out all night.
Aye, I knew you wouldn't like that.
Aye. I don't care if it's a cartel dog. It's a dog.
Aye, so he sees the dog, follows the trail of blood into a kind of ravine, didn't he? And he sees a bit of carnage.
It's complete carnage. It looks like some sort of cartel drug deal thing. Obviously, it has went sour because there's multiple deaths. A good old Mexican standoff, as they say.
Aye, 5 pickup trucks. Everybody's dead. Apart from one, he opens the door, doesn't he? And there's one guy who's close to death.
Aye, begs him for aqua, which, if you don't know, is water.
Oh, I thought he wanted the CD put on. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
When was the CD invented?
Aye, that's a good point. You're right, mate. Sorry, cassette tape. And a time machine to get into the future to get an aqua tape. There you go. So he begs him for water. Josh has already looked in the back of the truck. It's strap it full with cocaine in it. And takes the guy's gun off him and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting new water.
I know. But he robs him his gun, isn't he? Because everybody, you think guns are easy to come by, but when you've no money,
that's it.
So he asks him, "Where's the last man?" Because there's always a last man standing, and looks for tracks, and eventually tracks this other poor bastard down, didn't he?
He does say to himself, he says, "If I'm wounded, if I'm wanting out of here, where am I going? I'm looking for shade." And he spots 2 trees up in the horizon, gets his binoculars out, looks at them trees, and sees a wee set of feet underneath the trees. So looks at his watch, decides to get 20 minutes or so, didn't he? Before he looks again, there's still no movement, and he jaunts on. Mosey's on up there because it's the West, remember? Mosey's on up there.
Because when he finds this poor guy fucking dead under the tree, he takes his gun and all, he takes his pistol, doesn't he?
He does. And see, I don't know how far the trees were for the kind of the meet up that they all died in, but it took a hell of a toll on the bottom of his boots. You can see right through them.
I took that to be maybe a gunshot or something. Know what I mean? And the gunfight, he's been shot in the foot.
Shot between where the sole meets the leather in his shoe.
Oh, that's easy, mate.
But anyway, so he's lying there. He's got a big shit ton of money, hasn't he? Llewellyn finds it, obviously, and makes haste.
Which is apparently a wee bit of trivia. That case is the same case they used in Fargo.
Fargo the movie?
Oh.
Or the one that he finds in the snow in the series and he puts back?
Maybe. It's wild.
Cool, man. Cool. That's probably the most entertaining thing I've found out about this film so far.
You're a fucking snipey bastard.
But he gets back to, so Llewellyn goes back to his trailer where we meet his wife, who is the lovely Kelly MacDonald. I do enjoy Kelly MacDonald. Have done since Trainspotting. And they've just dialogued her to be a dense, stupid hick. Apologies to Southern Americans, I don't mean all you, but they've made her as stereotypical as you possibly can be.
See, again, I think this is the whole thing. I think Brolin's character, I don't think he's supposed to be the smartest either. I think they are supposed to be your typical white trash Americans.
But I think Llewellyn does a lot before what happens to him that suggests that he is a bit savvy, a bit nice. Although I know what you mean, there is some stupid fucking decisions, I know. But anyway, she asks him, didn't she? Where have you been? Where? You know what I mean? What's happened? Nothing. You can tell me nothing's happened. So
it's a kind of the dialogue between the two, isn't it?
Yeah. He's planked the gun up underneath his trailer, hasn't he? And the money.
He's like, what is it he says to her? Keep running your mouth. I'll take you in the back and screw you. Oh, big talk. Keep it up.
Keep it up, bitch.
Just expected like the Simpsons in it. Brandine.
King of the Hill. Hey, Bobby. Ever tell you about propane? Yes, sir.
Fucking
so
hell, man.
He makes a comment about before he gets back out, tell mother I love her. And his wife says, what? Mother's been dead for years. But what's that?
I think that's just him.
When I found out it was in Nam, I thought maybe that's PTSD. He has flashes of forgetfulness or something. I don't know.
No.
Just a very subtle, kind of sticky outy bit of dialogue. It didn't have any place.
No. I don't know. Maybe it's just he's contemplating no coming back. You know what I mean? It's just something people say.
I suppose so. But he gets back to the scene of the crime, leaves his truck up in the ridge, goes down to the murder scene, goes back to the truck. Our amigo has been killed and the truck's empty of the cocaine in it.
Right. So obviously somebody's been down to this drug site after Llewellyn has left it because his conscience gets the better of him to go and bring this guy water.
Mm-hmm.
But just as he sees that he's been killed, he looks up into the hull and there's another car sitting beside his truck.
Yep.
With two guys getting at it. Stab his tyres for good mention, the bastards.
Aye, that's right. So they hear a wee holler and a shot goes off, misses him obviously, and that's him starting to hide. And then the car comes down. And this is where Josh Brolin outruns a 4x4 in the desert for a good fucking 300-400 yards, man. Before before he gets to the river. And then even though he should be in a blind fucking panic, he's took one in the shooter as well, a bit of buckshot. Before he jumps into the river with the dog chased him. So I just think I'll take my boots off. Why?
Well, have you never had big boots like that on?
Aye.
It keeps your foot at a right angle. So how do you swim when your foot's at a right angle?
You're no swimming, but mate, you're going with the current of that water.
Aye, but he's going to have to try and swim at all. Behave yourself.
And we see what happens. He ends up with John McClane feet, know what I mean? And this duck that just doesn't fucking let go. Fastest swimming dog on the planet. Just see this wee heat. Every time it turns around, the wee heat like that.
I had a train name special for that, the cartel bastards, but I've seen videos.
Mental.
But that was enough.
After this. Sorry.
That was the other thing as well. See when you get shot in the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I think it was 2 weeks before they started filming for this. Josh Brolin actually injured his shoulder in a motorbike accident.
Right.
And the Coen brothers told him that wouldn't matter because your character gets shot in the shoulder.
Brilliant.
5 minutes or something anyway.
Bit of method acting. How'd you have a shooter? I was my BMX going down a big hill, going to find the treasure for One-Eyed Willie.
Oh, man, he eventually shoots that dog, doesn't he? Again, which I thought was smart because he has to eject the bullet that was in the chamber because that will no fire now because it's wet.
And he uses his super breath to dry out the inside of the gun with one blow. Puts it back together, and then obviously the dog's in midair. Good bit of shooting that, and the dog's done for. So we then flip quickly over to the convenience store or the store, and Bardem's in there.
The gas
and this
station.
is the coin. This is good. I like this dialogue in here. Because the wee guy's just a southern wee man and want to make conversation. Probably only gets 2 customers a fucking day. And he notices his plates and think you bring some rain down with you? What? In your Dallas plates? Are you looking at my Dallas plates? He's just a facetious answer, isn't he?
He's just pure abrasive with everything. And then obviously the wee guys, oh, you're not a talkative, nice person. I want rid of you. Right, I better be closing up. And again, he still won't let it go. What time do you close? Now? Now's not a time. Sorry.
But before that, he says to him, is everything okay? Why would it not be okay? Oh, is something wrong? Why would there be something wrong? Wrong with anything? Are you just asking me, is there something wrong with anything? Do you hear yourself? Oh, he's nuts, man.
He's just got a pure disdain for fucking human beings, man. Right. But he's brilliant, mate. Apparently there's psychiatrists looked at so many films and all that, and apparently he's got it right down to the perfect psychopath. Know what I mean? Because he just makes everything like. Also, like he says to him, "Oh, is this your place? Have you always lived here?" No, this is my wife's place. No, that. So he's like, "So you married into it?" It's like, "Oh, that's a way of saying it." No, there's no way of saying it. You married into it.
You married into it. Your dream chaser.
But
he says, "What's the most you've ever lost?" He says, "I don't know." And he pulls his wee coin out, and he just flips it and says, "Call it." And then the wee guy's like, "Call what? What are we calling for?" "Call it." "I need to know what I'm calling for." "Just call it." Heads then. And he wins the toss, the wee guy, so gives me his coin. I think this is the only guy that survives him, this whole film. And he says, "Don't put that in your pocket." What? Where am I to put it? No, in your pocket.
Don't put it in your pocket, sir.
You know the year of this coin? 1959. 22 years this coin has waited to get to this precise moment. Call it.
But see, that's just pure sinister because that guy goes in there just to buy gas and whatever. And it could, and could potentially see that wee guy getting killed. Know what I mean?
I want to toss you a coin because the last thing he says, I know, is contradictory but funny. He says, "Don't put it in your pocket or it'll just become another coin." And then he turns around and he turns back and goes, "Which it is."
There's that wee eyebrow raising.
But I do like Bardem because for me he's the best Bond villain of all time. Fucking in Skyfall, absolutely brilliant. I've not seen a better Bond villain than him. I don't. Personal opinion, also, I just think he's a great. He plays that role really well. And this was out before Skyfall, and I see a lot of Javier Ramirez in. I think it's Javier Ramirez. I can't remember his name in Skyfall, but I see a lot of that character in that. Yeah. But there we go. That's a coin toss. Brolin's back at his trailer, telling Mrs. Llewellyn, whatever her fucking name is, "Get yourself to your mom's."
Aye, he's angry. Aye, he's sending her away in it, so because he knows there's got to be people looking for this case of money.
Aye, bag of boodle.
Aye, which is sound advice.
Aye, and then so that's quite a quick scene. Bardem, he meets a couple of people and he kills a couple of people.
Aye, these are the people that were going to buy the drugs, but they want obviously want their money back, and they gave him a tracker that they've planted in this case.
Aye. Which is deed. It's obviously a close proximity tracker.
Hmm.
But he takes it anyway, and it looks like something out of a 1960s sci-fi movie, man. It's fucking brilliant. But this time I've got Tommy Lee Jones who's out in patrol, and he arrives at a burnt out car. And it's just, I like Tommy Lee Jones, man, but he's fucking dialogue in this film shite. Everything he just talks with someone, it's just pure southern haikus, not it. How you figured? I figured that. Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon that too.
And that's what, kind of what I like about it, because he's a cop for a different time. He's coming for that time where no fooling, mister. Know what I mean?
Aye.
See like that? Because he says to his deputy, "Oh, I didn't think a car would burn out like that." Know what I mean? Because it's totally alien to what he's used to.
I suppose so. But he arrives there with the horses and all that, and they start tracking, didn't they, with the horses? So that's a bit different. His deputies are fucking plumb and all, man. You know what I mean?
But he notices Llewellyn's truck, didn't he? And he says, "Oh, I recognise that truck. It belongs to that Llewellyn fellow."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes me think it's no his son.
I'll tell you why it's his son at the end, right?
I know, right?
Right, cool. So, what's the next thing I've put here? So he's take the horses out, they find the crime scene, didn't they? Look over it, have another bit of fucking exceptional dialogue between the two of them. And realise, obviously, you've been in this kind of drug deal gone bad. I reckon so. I reckon you're 100% right there. Yes, sir, Bob. Fucking all that pish. And then they find the shack. I wrote down, Bad Dem finds a shack with a fat bird. That's a trailer park, innit? Trailer park with a big fat woman.
Aye, this is very good. He utilises his air pistol, as you've fucking called it, to shoot the barrel of this door into it.
Aye.
To gain access to Llewellyn's trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks at mail and stuff, and he sees a lot of phone calls to a particular address.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just looks about, see what he can find before sitting down and having some milk.
That's it, and having a wee reflection in the telly, which I thought was going to be prevalent later. And I'll get to that, because Tommy Lee Jones is kind of 2 steps behind him all the way into, and he eventually gets there and sits down and does the same. Oh, what a crying shame. Who's leaving milk out? That's a shame. You just don't do it. You don't do it. You just don't do it. He does the exact same thing, but he drinks the milk. Obviously, I'm taking that as he's checking the temperature at the fridge to see how long it's been lying, which would be fucking honking if it's been lying there for a day, man.
Mm-hmm. But he goes to that reception woman, didn't he? And he tries to find out where Llewellyn works, and she'll know. Tell him the info.
No, well, she fuck, man.
But I think she's another person that survives him.
Aye,
I don't think he kills her. But I don't know why, because it seems like but I think that's like the psychopath thing. He'll just kill people at random. He'll not kill people that annoy him or anything. You know what I mean? It's just like they 2 guys they met out in the desert. They were all helpful, and he went, "Oh, here, pop." Whereas she's gone, "I'm not telling you what you want to know," which is just mental.
No, it's kind of mental. I had a fucking shot her. But Llewellyn puts Kelly, I'm going to call her Kelly. Llewellyn puts Kelly on the bus, sends her to her Moz. That's when Tommy Lee Jones arrives at Llewellyn's shack just after Bardem has been there, drinks the milk, looks at the telly the exact same way as Bardem's just done, I don't know, half an hour before him or something like that. And then we're quickly at the first motel, and Llewellyn gets a room, didn't he, and planks of money and shit.
Aye, he hides the case of money in the air duct, didn't he? Which his original plan was he's tied a cord to it. That way, if somebody goes in, searches the room, they can't see it, and he can grab the cord and pull it back down when he's leaving.
Mm-hmm. See, that's clever. That's makes me think he's got a clever, like, nous for survival and out in the sticks and stuff like that, and plank and shit. because he's got a plan for the future to come back and get it, as you say, mate.
Yeah.
And then he quickly takes some money out before he planks it and goes out and buys boots and socks.
Before that and all, he draws the curtains there till they're fully shut. But after he goes and buys himself a new pair of boots because he ditched the first ones.
They're still at the riverside, man, nice and dry. And when he puts his socks on it, and we see the state his feet are all cut to fuck, man. So they're for the shale and the rocks at the riverside. But Bardem phones his ma, phones Llewellyn's mum. Obviously, after the phone bill he's taken for the shack, she doesn't know that MD's coming, so she just tells him, "Who is the? I don't know where he is." Know what I mean? How am I supposed to know?
That's it. Meanwhile, Roland's coming back to his hotel room, isn't he? And he sees a truck parked outside the room, and he just tells the driver to keep driving by. And he looks and he sees his room, and he obviously sees that the curtains have been parted a bit, which means somebody's in the room waiting for him.
Yes.
So
just tells the driver to go round. He gets another motel room, doesn't he? And he comes back, takes another room, looks for the plan. But at this point, Bardem's got the tracker. He's just going over the bridge. There's a fucking daft scene. He shoots a bird, but he misses the bird. The bird flies away.
but that's the bird is supposed to be like the animal of the soul, and it's supposed to be like a message that the only thing he can't kill is the soul.
Is it?
Because he misses.
Aye.
So
no, I knew that. I should have seen that right enough what you've just explained.
Well, see, I was watching it and I never understood it. So I've Googled it, and apparently that's what it is. That's what it's supposed to lean towards.
So just a crow. Tom Lee Jones obviously gets a coroner's report about the guy that was found at the roadside, no bullet. And at this stage, he still doesn't know it's an air gun, the cattle gun, whatever we're calling it. That's how you figuring there's no bullet? I don't know, sir. Could be one of them fancy bullets. So, and this kind of fucking Llewellyn gets tooled up. He goes to the hardware store and gets his camping poles and his saw and wire
buys a shotgun and all that. And he goes back to the same hotel room, doesn't he? The same hotel, but he doesn't buy the room next door. He buys the room diagonal. Again, smart, because if anything, they're going to look next door, thinking you've no went too far for your stuff. But he knows he can reach the case of money in the air duct using the tent poles.
He knows the layout. After seeing the plan, he can see the layout and stuff. This time we go back to Bardem, who's in the car, and the tracker beeps in his seat, doesn't
it? And he's obviously notices this hotel, so he pulls up and he's driving just by each room, and obviously the tracker starts bleeping quicker because it knows where the tracker is, and he's like, "There's that's where I'm going."
Right. It's quite funny, but because he goes by the room, and the bleeps get less so, and then he just reverses back, sinister like, until it looks right at the fucking room. And that's pretty good, man. I like that.
Because he goes into the office as well, doesn't he? And he looks at the plan. And he kind of gets the same idea. The room next door.
The clever thing is he rents a room. Then he goes in, takes his shoes off. I thought it was just going to have a wee kit, man, but no, he takes his shoes off so that he can fucking walk up to the room he's looking for, unheard, doesn't he?
That's it. He pulls out this shotgun with a big silencer on it, which was invented specifically for the movie. You don't think you can actually get that?
Fucking mental looking. But he's also got his canister and his air gun there as well. Do you know what I mean? Don't leave home without it. Fuck's sake. The shotgun wouldn't have blew the handle off the door for some reason. So it takes the handle, the lock out with the air gun thing, and then goes to town on the three people that are sitting in the room, doesn't he?
That's it. Takes them out, quick suit, shoots one on the bed, shoots one in the toilet, and he goes into the toilet to see if there's any other one. And it's just this guy hiding in the bath. And he's talking Mexican, so you don't understand him, know what I mean?
But basically, it's pleading for his life. It's, please, I've never seen anything. Please let me live. And then it just turns his back on him, shuts his shower curtain, thinking for a split second he's going to leave him. Bang! No chance.
And that's the thing. It's kind of foreshadowing that he doesn't like to get blood on him.
Aye, germaphobe.
Aye, because he walks out the toilet after killing the two people, and he's got blood on his socks, and he takes his socks off that are soaked in blood. You know what I mean? And before he starts searching the room.
Aye, and when he notices in the air duct, which he looks in, he sees the drag marks, so he knows it has been there. The money has been there at some stage, but it's away now because our next scene is Llewellyn in a stranger's car, and the stranger just says to him, "Look, you shouldn't be doing that." What's that now, sir? Hitchhiking. You shouldn't be doing that.
That's it, mate. Again, I think it's just underlining this innocence that was still in society. No, I mean, how many people used to, "Oh, I never lock my door." You know what I mean? You're like, "Oh, fuck off." No, that's just completely alien.
So he's on the road again anyway, and then we're in an office block, and this is where we see Woody Harrelson's character.
Yep. He's talking to obviously the head of some legitimate business or something like that were buying the drugs. And because what's his name? Sugar. That's the guy's name in it. Because he's killing everybody up and down the land. It's kind of, this is bad. Mm-hmm. So they've got Woody Harrelson's character in to try and get the money back. And I think it's to get rid of Sugar as well.
Aye. I like Woody Harrelson. Fucking a lot of time for him. He's good people, huh? He's just telling like the big gaffer guy that fucking I've had dealings with him before, and he's kind of unpredictable. He just tells him he's fucking lethal. If he wants to kill you, he'll kill you. He can't be bargained with. He can't be fucking reasoned with. He's like a Terminator. You cannot be bargained with. Shut up.
Remember I said to you as well during a podcast that 13 is deemed an unlucky number, and there's buildings out there that don't have a 13th floor. Woody Harrelson says to this guy, "I was counting the floors for outside. There's one missing. It's because there's no 13th floor."
Aye. Bill, you've explained that to me. I didn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo that he was talking about, man. So it was another bit of useless fucking dialogue. So Llewellyn can't sleep again, and he does the same thing he did before. He just lies there and says, "Just ain't no way." As if no way I'm getting to sleep unless I do this. So he gets up in the middle of the night. He finds the tracker and the money, didn't he?
Aye.
The receiver.
Yep. And while he's doing that, but before this as well, he's asked the receptionist, he's gave the receptionist money, "If somebody else comes here tonight, let me know."
But his phone's down, didn't he?
Aye, because he hears like a noise, and he's like, "What the fuck's that?" And he phones the reception, and there's no answer, sort of thing. So obviously he knows. Well, our assassin is here.
Sugar's outside. So he just sits on the edge of the bed, shotgun pointed at the front door, the door of his room, and then the whole light. He sees the feet under the door, and then the whole light goes out. So it's just a matter of time. You know it's fucking him, didn't you, man?
Aye.
And he's sitting there in the dark, just waiting, isn't he?
Aye, sitting there with his shotgun, just waiting to take the shot. And the next thing, the barrel shoots through the door again.
Aye, the handle fucks him right in the side. And is that what's wounded him?
No.
I just couldn't remember him taking a shot in the ensuing chase.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I thought, fucking handle must have just a chunk of his side, mate.
Aye, but it has a shot in here. He obviously doesn't hit Sugar. And the next thing, he jumps out the window and back through reception. And that's where you see the receptionist is lying in a pool of his own blood.
And then the fucking runs it into the street, sees a truck, stops the truck, jumps in, says, "I'm not going to hurt you, drive." And no sooner is the door shut in the truck than the driver of the truck has his fucking neck blown out twice, didn't he?
Aye. See, that I think that's brilliant. I know. Like, see when he runs at the hotel and you can't see Sugar at all in the blackened out window. That's when he takes the shot. See when he shoots, that's when it hits him in the side when he's going round the corner to hide.
Right.
But and then when he shoots that driver, you don't see where the shots come from. And obviously, Llewellyn's driving the truck, and the windshield keeps getting shot out. So you're like that. Where is this cunt? He's just lethal.
But
You know what I mean?
so Llewellyn's crouched down, he's trying to drive and steer, and obviously comes in the corner and crashes right into fucking parked traffic, doesn't he? And he looks pretty beat up. He's covered in blood. He's got his own injury. He's got the guy's driver's blood. He's got the broken glass fucking blood on him and all that stuff as well. And he hides behind a car and looks at the reflection, doesn't he?
Aye, you just see Sugar appearing for the darkness. You know what I mean? He thinks he's going round to see a dead body because the way this car's crashed. And he goes to, but as he gets closer to the truck, you can see the blood trail there. Llewellyn's left the car, and the next thing, Llewellyn jumps up, tries to shoot him, and he does a pure, I'll give you this, he does a pure comical dive to avoid the bullet. It's just.
Then Llewellyn starts taking pot shots at fucking nothing, so he can get closer. Gets there, and there's no Sugar in there.
No, that's it. Again, this fucking man of mystery, this ghost.
This guy doesn't stop. Decides I'll need to go and fix myself first, which is fucking a bit strange. But next thing we know, he's on the Mexican-American border. He's at the bridge. He's fucked up beyond all reckoning. He's foobar, isn't he, man? And he sees three boys coming towards him.
Aye. And he's, how much for the jacket? Again, I think this is to kind of illustrate the change in behaviours. Know what I mean? See, like the young guys, it's just, they've seen this guy covered in blood and they don't give a fuck. Know what I mean?
I was expecting him to try something with him. You know what I mean? Because he says $500 for your jacket. I was expecting him to fucking, you've got $500. You must have more than that then for just a jacket. You know what I mean? But they never, $500 for your coat. Give me that beer as well. The guy's like, how much you gonna give me? Give him the fucking beer.
Gives him this look like you're funny. But he throws the case of money out of the bridge as well, doesn't he? Into the long grass. Because he knows if he passes out of there with this money, it's fucking gone. Simple as that.
Then but when he's a right good vomit to himself.
But see when he's passing the border patrol guy at Mexico, does not give a fuck. Morning. That's it.
No, honestly, it looks like a fucking drunk man coming back for a night out, doesn't he? And does that with his beer and then gets into Mexico. The only thing I can like that is when I was in Gibraltar and they don't really give a fuck. You just walk in and out of Gibraltar, you know what I mean, and at the border thing. But he's then woken up in the street by a mariachi band. I
know.
Welcome to Mexico. Hello, you look fucked on the ground.
But that's when he wakes up, doesn't it? And he reaches in his jacket, and then that's when they stop because they see all the blood. And he gives them money. Oh, why well done. This blood-soaked note.
Exactly. Still take the blood-soaked £100 note. $100 American. Si, senor. That's good, huh?
Bitches. But then it cuts to Sugar, isn't it? Outside the pharmacy, which I think is brilliant, man.
That's pretty decent. He's got a fucking hole in his leg, man, the size of fucking Texas.
And he's got this, because they're just out this motor sitting in front of the pharmacy, didn't he? Dips a shot in the gas can, puts a wee, was it cardboard cover in it, and just lights it on fire.
Some cotton wool in that.
Aye. And he just walks into the pharmacy. Next thing, the motor blows up. everybody round about them is in fucking the world's fucking ending, but he's just walking through here, fine. That
Blows up the car as a distraction, didn't he?
that's it. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. And again, it's showing you the differences that society isn't ready for a guy like this.
Aye, true. He gets to his hotel room. He's got a big plastic sheet done, and he's taking off his boots, which is a struggle because his leg's fucked. And when he gets the short-legged boot off, you just see that the blood's pouring out the boot. So the boots are full of fucking blood. Like, oh, Sorian. And has to cut off his trousers, didn't he, man?
Yeah. See, there's something oddly satisfying about this scene. See the way he just fixes himself. Because, I mean, we were talking about a bath the last time, mind? A fucking roasting hot bath, and you were like, ah! He's dipping his leg in, and he's just, and you can see him going,
Aye.
You know what I mean? To try to hold in the pain.
She does that, and then he starts injecting round about the big hole and all that. But I can only imagine it's antiseptic, some kind of numbing agent or whatever. And then he starts picking the fucking, heating up the syringe, tweezers, didn't he?
Aye.
Starts taking out the shrapnel.
That's it. Keep him sterilised to pull out all these fucking buckshots and all that. And what I say is, mate, there's just something oddly satisfying about him sorting himself. Know what I mean?
You like guys sorting themselves out, do you? Is that your thing? Next week, The Deliverance.
But it's just showing you, I know, that he's no stranger to this. Know what I mean? He's obviously had to fix himself up in the past. Because you still don't know anything about this guy. Know what I mean? He's just fucking appeared out of nowhere.
Aye, appeared looking fucking pissed off.
I know.
Do I be here? I am vexed. So Tommy Lee Jones, I've got another wee scene with him because they need to remind you in this film he's fucking in it. He's miles behind. He's pulling over the truck that's cleared the crime scene of the dead bodies and gave the driver into trouble. You not check your load. You know what I mean? Because the bodies are all tied down properly and all that.
Again, it's just showing you. Because there's the guy for the DEA that's coming out to go back to the scene, and he doesn't want involved. He doesn't want to be part of big things like that. He wants to be a wee town sheriff.
Right.
Because it's like kind of, and then you'd rather go out and pull somebody for an unsafe load. Know what I mean? See stupid shit like that. And kind of showing you he's out his depths with us.
Aye, glad you took that from there. That's great. That's brilliant. So it flits for that very quick scene to our Josh or Llewellyn, whatever you want to call him, waiting up in the hospital in Mexico. Fucking Mad Woody's sitting there with a bunch of flares.
He's just telling him, isn't he? You probably didn't think you'd see yourself here when you fund that money.
That's it. Woody's just basically telling him, fucking, look, the best thing you can do is just give me the money, the new. Do you know what I mean? So I can take it back to my boss or tell me how we can get it. Because this guy that's after you isn't going to stop. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Is that the only thing that's protecting you the now is that money?
Aye. And he says he spent it.
Aye. Aye. $1.5 million on hookers and beer. And I'm like,
whiskey.
I salute you.
Well done, sir. Well played. I do enjoy a Tennessee whiskey and said hookers.
Spend that on a bit of crampet, have you?
Aye, but Woody knows he's talking shite. Just says to him, look, have a think about it. Here's my card. When you decide you want to give me the money, give me a call. I'm staying at the Doodah fucking hotel across the road. Can I?
Aye. He tells him, I know you're not ready to be part of this world.
No.
You're like, this guy sees you as a task.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never stop.
Aye. Which is proven as well lately on when he still goes to the wife's house. Know what I mean? It's a matter of fucking principle. But next scene, we've got the wife anyway. Tommy Lee Jones is talking to her about fucking just, do you know where he is? Know what I mean? Let us know. And he's mixed up with something.
That's it. It's trying to convince him. Try to convince her to tell Josh Brolin's character to come in and we can protect him because he doesn't know the kind of trouble he's in. Tells
her a story about fucking a man in a steer. Fucking shop. Just tell her. Look, he's in bother, man. Get him to call me. I can look after him. He's figured out it's a cattle gun by this time as well, because how is it he figures it out again?
Just telling a story about some guy that used to raise cattle and all that. And how they done that, because they used to shoot the cows, and when they shot the cows, it ricocheted off and hit them in the shoulder, sort of thing.
Aye, that's right. And that's when it just goes bing, light bulb moment.
Aye, that's when he realises, you know what I mean?
Next thing, we've got Woody at the bridge. He sees, he must have followed the blood trail, although it doesn't make it apparent in the fucking film that he's following a blood trail, but it must have followed the blood trail, seen where he stopped, climbs up the pole, looks over, sees the fucking money in the bushes, doesn't he?
Aye, that's it. And next thing, he walks back to the hotel room. But when he gets there, Sugar's been sitting waiting on him. And he just, hello, how are you doing?
Let's go to your room.
And it's just, see the scene between they two as well. Again, it's like you always say, less is better.
That's good. Because you see, Harrelson's acting's great in this, right? Because he's trying to act cool, but you know he's not cool because he's getting fidgety and kind of look him in the eye and he's chewing and he's sweating. And then there's a long pause, which is only interrupted by the phone ringing. Do you know what I mean? And it just rings. Other films would have, the minute the phone rang, he'd have shot. But it doesn't date in this one.
Nah.
So that's got you thinking, maybe he's no money. And it just fucking...
But it shows you know how intelligent Sugar is as well. Because he knows what Woody Harrelson's character would have said to Llewellyn. Because he says to him, I don't need to go and find this money. I know they're going to bring this money to my feet. Because he knows that he's made him an offer that, give me the money and I'll make you a deal. So he's expecting the phone call for Josh Brolin.
No, like comedy in it. So we shall lie still. Let our enemies come to us. So he picks it up, and it's Llewellyn fucking telling him, fucking giving him everything. You know what I mean, on the phone. And that's where he knows he's fucking where he is. No, that shit.
Because he says to him, gives him an ultimatum. He's like, you bring the money to me and I'll not kill your wife. Because obviously he knows where his wife is now because he's phoned them all. But see what's good about this? It's again showing you that he doesn't like to get blood on him. He's obviously killed Woody Harrelson and he's on the phone, but he's lifting his feet away for the puddle of blood.
The blood, that's right.
It's just pure nonchalant like that. Sorry about that.
So the next scene we've got is Josh Brolin at the customs guard with a fucking paper goonie on for the hospital, no clothes. The guy's, you tell me why you no clothes on, why I should let you in here. And then that's all diffused by saying, were you in Nam? Asked him what regiment he was in. So get this man a coat.
Again, mate, time's gone by like that. Oh, you're an ex-soldier? Oh, brilliant, mate, brilliant. Oh, here, just you away going by. That's it, brilliant. You served your country. All that shit. Know what I mean? Whereas, see, now it'd be a case of, that's all very well and good, but explain this.
Know
what I mean?
Tell somebody you're a veteran now. Oh, I mean, there was no need for that war. Fuck you. So the next thing we've got our Bardem, or Sugar, whatever you want to call him. He's busting into your own office.
Aye.
Shoots the guy, Mr. Big, in the chair, and then starts talking to the accountant guy. What are you? What do you do here? I'm an accountant. Are you going to shoot me?
Because again, he's more offended that guy sent Woody Harrelson to go and get the money because he didn't think he would do his job right. So he's more offended by that. And then he says to that guy, "Oh, are you going to shoot me?" He's like, "Well, it depends. Do you see me?"
Exactly. So maybe he does let him live. We don't know, but
maybe.
Hopefully it does. Next thing we know, Kelly MacDonald's in the motor with Mama, and they're being followed, aren't they?
The cartel have followed them because obviously they've been watching the wife. She's not happy because she's got El Paso. Fuck up, you know, bastard. You're getting a hold of it.
I mean, ever since I got the cancer, just been pushing me around, tell me what to do. I'm going to El Paso. I don't even know what I'm going for. Do you know how many people I know in El Paso? That many. Kelly Stokes to make a phone call, but she's decided to call the sheriff because it's been weighing on her and tell her where they're going and where he's going to meet them. So give her the location, didn't she?
That's it. But while she's on the phone, a cartel member has approached Mother and says, "Oh, where is it you're going, madam?" She's like, "Oh, I'm going to El Paso." oh, I know El Paso. Where are you staying? Know what I mean? Just completely fucking stuck her Josh in.
Exactly. So then we've got Sugar at the roadside getting a jump start off a local with a truck. He's just asking what's the nearest airport. Do you know what I mean? He just wants a bit of advice, but he's used the guys in his car dying to get this guy's advice and fucking kill him and take his truck off him.
That's it. Just get local knowledge. Like, I don't know anything about this place. Where would you go? Know what I mean? Which is again fucking clever as fuck. Know what I mean?
And right after that, we're in El Paso. We've got Llewellyn arriving at his digs, having a back and forth with a woman at the poolside. So he's basically offering him his hole. You want to come in? I got beer inside. Oh, ma'am, I'm married. That's okay. Come on in. You'll still be married and have no, because beer leads to other things. And then the weirdest thing happens. It fades to black.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only time it does it in this film. Obviously, in hindsight, it's a nod to him, that being his last fucking kind of moments alive. It fades to black, and then we've got Tommy Lee Jones arriving no long after, hearing the gunshots and all that, and then seeing the Mexicans jumping on the fucking truck and getting out of that hotel.
Yep. It's the one time that Llewellyn lets his guard down. He's too busy in converse with this woman that he's not watching his back. And then that's when the cartel get him.
Right.
So
she do you think she was a plant then?
No, I think she was just somebody that was there. And just in the moment, see when he's been talking to her, it's just fucking whatever.
Right.
Because he's obviously told her no thanks and all that. And just as he's done that, the cartel have come in.
It felt like there's a chunk of that film there fucking missing. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We know what's happened, but just very strange, man. So he's arrived, he's too late. Follows a trail of bodies to the doorway. There's Llewellyn lying dead.
Yeah, pan breed.
He's pan bred, the boy.
He has ceased to be.
So back to the hotel crash scene. He notices right away that the lock of the door's missing. So he knows it's our friend with the air gun.
Well, before that, Llewellyn's wife appears and sees that he's dead, and then he's talking to the sheriff in that area, El Paso, and they're talking about how crime has evolved. It isn't what it was back in the day and all that. It was more simple, but now it's like more evil. These people are unpredictable, and they start talking about this Sugar guy, the psychopath. It's like, because he killed the receptionist one night, walks into the same hotel and kills an ex-general.
Aye.
Which leads you to believe if that ex-general knew Sugar in the past, like Sugar is like some kind of operative or something like that. And that's where he's good at all this killing and shit.
But does Tommy Lee Jones say to the police, be respectful of him, he's an officer of the law. So that's why I think it's been Josh Brolin to start talking, and I think that's his son, because it runs in the family. But obviously he's fucking no took up fucking being an officer of the law for much longer.
I don't know, man.
So he's been a sheriff, he's been a police, so he's take care of him as an officer of the law. Do you know what I mean? Mental, and then just the kind of converse between him and the wife and talk about mama and all that. It's as if, I don't know. Maybe need to watch it again. I'm maybe getting fucking mixed right up and all that. But
But Tommy Lee Jones then goes back to the scene, doesn't he? And he sees that the barrel's missing in the door.
Aye.
No, which this kind of fucked with me for a while, this scene. Because he goes up to the door and he can see Sugar's reflection in the barrel, right? And then it shows you cuts to another scene where it shows you that Sugar's in the room hiding.
Aye.
And you can see the sheriff in the barrel as well. So obviously the sheriff goes into the room and nobody's there. He checks the back window and the window's locked and stuff. But
It's like he's hiding in the shadows and doesn't do anything about it. Because I thought this was going to be the television scene again. I thought he was going to sit down, look at the television, and then see the reflection, the Bardem, and that was going to be the giveaway.
Aye.
But
no. It's like, I thought it was just, you know how Tommy Lee Jones was calling him a ghost and like the boogeyman sort of thing. And he's just, that's his paranoia getting the better of him in there. But what I've seen, like, assuming you see Tommy Lee Jones's shadow as he goes into the room, you can see the crime tape,
right? The
shadow of the crime tape on the wall as well. But assuming he goes in, checks the bathroom and all that, and he comes back out, and it's showing you Tommy Lee Jones sitting on the bed. The crime scene tape isn't there anymore. Like somebody was in the room and has broke the tape while leaving.
Oh, right, okay.
But
he can do, man. So it's like Bardem's made the conscious decision that I have no gripe with you. I'm out of here.
Aye.
I mean, fair enough. Because the next scene is Tommy Lee Jones visiting the old guy in the wheelchair, which I'm taking it's his brother in it.
I think it was just an old deputy. I think it was his dad's former deputy. But
all right, because it was just the way he says to him, it doesn't refer to him as mad. He talks about, do you ever know what happened to him, to my daddy? It doesn't say my daddy, it says daddy. Do you ever know what happened to daddy? No. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I need to fucking IBMD that and see their second names. Do you know what I mean? But basically, this guy, he has been a post at one time. He's obviously was shot, he was wounded in the line of duty, and he's been fucking sitting in his own shite ever since, fucking feeding cats and making 1 week of pot coffees, man.
That's it. Just talks about the whole dealing with this fucking whole spiel with Llewellyn, Sugar and all that. And this guy kind of just tells him that happened with us as well.
Because he says to me, do you know Daddy died in his own porch? You know what I mean? Because he couldn't get up, then he chuck it. So he's kind of fucking telling him, look, maybe the time's right to retire, sunshine.
That's it. And he's like,
don't chase this thing too far.
Aye, because he was talking about the guy dying on his porch. And the guy who was dying on the porch already knew he was dying. He knew his time was up. And that's what he's suggesting to him. You know your time's up. You know what I mean?
Aye.
These guys are meaner than you're ready for.
Aye. So we skip for that right to a funeral. And Mama's dead. Agnes, as we find out her name is Agnes, is dead. Kelly McDonald goes back to her room. Bardem's sitting, waiting on her, isn't he?
Aye, because he's a man of his principles.
She's pleading, you don't have to do this. He says, but I do, I promised her husband.
Yep.
She's like, you promised my husband? As if, did he ask you to fucking kill me? But she knows it's the other way about. And then he asks her to call it again, doesn't he? Coin toss.
That's it. He says, well, all I can do for you is this coin toss. And she's like, I'm not going to call that because you've already decided what you're going to do. But as I've seen in the past, he's not really. I think he leaves it down to the coin toss. But
no, who else used to leave it down to the toss of a coin? Two-Face. Who played Two-Face? Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey! Baba Groosh!
Shitey fucking Batman, that was.
So the next thing, cuts to the outside of the house, doesn't it?
He goes out and checks the soles of his feet.
Aye. So do you think he killed her?
Aye.
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 I think that's what the whole foreshadowing thing was about. and see with him know why to get blood on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason he's checked his fucking soles, his feet, just to make sure he's no dirty. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So he's killed her. Fucking 100%. So and then it just drives away in a motor, and another motor comes out of nowhere and fucking takes him out. I was expecting Brolin to jump out that motor. Thought it was going to be a big ruse. Do you know what I mean? Throw him half a cent. But obviously no. So he drives away, car crashes into him, fucks him up, man. Gets to the side of the road, his arms fucking hanging and big bones sticking out. Two boys. Do you know what I'm going to say about these two boys? Two boys cycle up. You okay, mister? You just crashed your car. And fucking Sugar says to the wee boy, much do you want for your shirt kind of thing? And the boy's like, listen, just take my shirt. The wee boy's got overly big nipples.
Oh,
I didn't like watching that at all.
The other wee boy I know, he's just that fucking bone, man. And that's fucking, who do you call him? Banshee for the X-Men.
Oh, right, aye. Aye, cool.
But again, it's showing you Sugar. He doesn't want medical assistance on it because then he's in the system.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an operative that just goes through life. Know what I mean?
Aye. So he fucks off, and the two boys, you know, some of that's mine. You still got your shirt.
And that's what
I got my big nipples out.
But that's what I was talking about. And also just the way it's like society is. That's that. You could imagine the two wee wankers painting a fence and all that in the summer. Know what I mean? See all that shit. And I think it's just showing you like the time of innocence is passing. Know what I mean?
Aye, fucking right it is. So we'll get Tommy Lee Jones then at a breakfast table. His wife, he's obviously retired. Wife's like, how'd you sleep? Not good. Had dreams. What kind of dreams? Yeah, just dreams. He's like, what am I going to do today? Blah, blah. And she's like, well, you're the one that's retired. I don't know. You can do what you want. And then he tells her about his dreams, which I can't even remember. I didn't even write it down.
It's about him and his dad riding, and his dad rides ahead to build a fire. And it's like, I think it's like a nod to like, his dad's rode on into the afterlife. And when he eventually dies, his dad will be there waiting for him, sort of thing. That's what I took for it anyway.
Right. No, that's good, mate. I'm glad you took something for it. That's great.
Aye. So
I've just ended it. My notes there. Pile of shite.
I saw that.
Some cracking bits in it. We discussed it, honestly. Bardem, I really enjoy him as an actor. Brolin, I don't mind him at all. And Tom Lee Jones is a fucking cinematic icon, but there's a lot of heat candy, man. I know a lot of dialogue. And I know you're going to say it's what you've no seen, what you've no heard that this film's all about. And I obviously just didn't get it. I could have been a lot more dialogue, chases, action, music. I mean, I thought it was just. I'm not saying you're no wrong. You can't be wrong. If you liked it, you liked it. It's because you, my mate Tim, somebody else have told me, oh, I can't believe you've not seen this film. Wait to see it. I fucking felt pure letdown, mate.
Well, I'm sure it won 4 Academy Awards.
There you go. Must just be me then. Honestly, I just didn't.
Not everything's for everybody, mate. But we've already discussed that. Look, I've just said to you before this. Nope. One load of shite. Come after me, internet.
I think it's just weird because the two are usually in such a fucking even keel wavelength. You know what I mean? It's just one of the ones. But so there we go. So what's your scoring out of 10 for it,
mate? For me anyway, I get a solid 9.
9? Oh, fucking hell. Good for you, mate. I'm just giving it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Peachy. And that was only because of some of the cracking acting. I just thought they never capitalised on a lot of stuff, man. For me, and come at me, internet, this was my fucking Joker film. Watched the Joker and felt totally fucking, what is that it? Do you know what I mean? That's another film that could have been done. If it wasn't done with the Joker, you'd have been, that's a no bad film, that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's just need for a fucking joke. Anyway, that's another one. So 5 for me, a 9 for you, 14 out of 20, mate. That'll do them. I think that's probably one of the lowest scorers because of me there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But there we go.
You got a Scottish name for it?
Aye. No Country for Old Men. What do you think about it, folks out there that are listening and watching and subscribing? Let us know. Interaction's a bit poor. You know what I mean? We got a good time on Twitter and stuff like that and good pods, but it's the ones that are religiously following us for day dot on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Let us know what you think. And call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Am I? I don't give a fuck.
Aye.
So my turn next week, isn't it?
Yes.
Remember how I says, oh, I've already got my film sorted for next week. I've changed it.
What was it? What was it?
It was going to be Airplane.
All right.
And then I thought that we'll get to it one day. It's just, it'll be like 3 hours. It's just fucking ad-libbing.
Aye.
But I'm going to stay in the comedy route, mate, and going to go for The Hangover.
Oh.
Hangover Part 1. A lot of good, funny shit in that. And obviously I've got a Tiger song to rehearse and remember as well. You get my Chinese accent. You want fuck on me?
Oh, right, man.
You need to fucking practice your Mike Tyson.
Aye. Fuck.
With my tiger. With my tiger. Oh, what does a tiger dream of in his little bitty tiger house?
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
Got that to look forward to next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for fucking listening, tuning in. I'm sorry for my downbeat demeanour on this film. I just didn't like it much at all. But obviously I'm in the minority, which is absolutely fine and dandy because films are subjective. I watched The Ice Road this week and I fucking enjoyed it. I've been slated for it. I don't care. Don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I just enjoyed it for what it was. Okay. And what else did I watch last night? Your own fucking vampire one, Jamie Foxx, Day Shift.
Aye.
Just I knew what it was going to be after the first fight scene, and I thought this is what it is. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. I thought some of the gore in it was fucking tremendous. And wee Franco, he makes me smile more than his brother does. So he does. And then her, how to get away with how to get away with murder. She was in it. She was a baddie. She's nice, man.
Smashing.
So Hangover, mate. I'll let you crack on.
Yes, The Hangover.
Let you get in your new wash machine. Let you get your pants in there.
Aye.
Get the jobby after that.
That's it. Aye. Horn washing your own shite, is it?
Before we go, No Country for Old Men translated into Glaswegian. Did you have one?
Aye, you're past it, you know, cunt.
Oh, my translation of No Country for Old Men is that's pure shade if you're grander.
Fuck off.
Oh dear. Right, folks. Tatty bye.
See you, bye.